Zen. How are you? It's another day that we want to learn. I always say every day is a learning day, and this is one of those days. And so it gives me a great pleasure to speak to you this afternoon and to welcome you to this official launching of the welfare. This event that now we are sitting here did not just start from nowhere. It started somewhere around September 2022 when some few people decided to sit down and come up with this welfare. I really appreciate the brains that thought about this. And for your information, this is my field. And I think this is my talent. And that is why I'm here. We always say each and every person has his talent. So for me, this is it. Working with the community, serving the community. Because serving the community is, what is serving the community? We are not sure. Service to the community is? Thank you. When you're serving the community, you're not even serving yourself. You're serving the community and you're serving God. I would like to take this opportunity to express my appreciation to Apostle Wellington for the support and assistance he gave us and allowed us to come up with this welfare under the foundation of the church. So with that one, we really appreciate Papa allowing us to come up with this noble thought and expressing and the support that we got until now and until we get the registration. So thank you so much for the support. Can you guys give him a hand of applause? Ladies and gentlemen, in recent years, we've witnessed a significant increase of suffering from fellow brothers and sisters, if not being dumped by the agents, loss of jobs, some rendered homeless. We always have some days information that some Africans are in the park somewhere sleeping there. A lot of our brothers and sisters are going through unexpected challenges, and that is causing a lot of people to go through mental illness, which they are not even aware of. These challenges, even some of these people who are going through these challenges, they comfort themselves in alcoholism and drugs. It's a challenge because today we are talking about, we are mixed here, we are Kenyans, we are other nationalities, and that's why we are talking about Africans, and because most of us are Africans. In addition to this, when a person loses a loved one back home, after receiving that call, because most of the time it comes on a call, before it was coming with the telegram. Only me and Papa and my brother there, very few we can understand what that means. Before, bad news was coming on telegram. Nowadays, it comes with this gadget. It might come on WhatsApp. Sometimes it even might come on Facebook. There was one day my father was in hospital, and they didn't want me to know because I'm here. But what happened is my sister, because she thought that is only her father, she didn't think this father has some 19 children.
19?
Yes, we are 20. Yes. Including me. So my sister just posted in Facebook, like her father is sick. What she didn't know is that this person who is sick is having other children. You know, we always personalized our parents. So to me, that is how I came to know my father was in hospital. So you can just imagine when you are at work and you go for some break, then you scroll and you see someone saying my father is sick, and you see the picture. You can imagine that, how bad it is. So most of the time, we always get this information through the phone. Most of our friends, because we have a lot of friends, I have 5,000 in Facebook. Most of our friends will send us condolence messages, a lot of it, but very few will call you and ask you one question. How stable are you financially? Are you traveling home? Or what is the plan? Very few will give you that statement. And that is where this welfare comes in. That is the reason why we came up with this association. And that is the reason why we are fighting for it to succeed, and we make sure it's registered. And for your information, by next week, the account will be up and running. It is a process that now we are nearly done. So I want you guys to just give a round of applause for the team that has been working hard on that. Because all these things are being followed up and a lot of things are being done. Registering and sending your 50 dirhams monthly in the Welfare Association will sort at least the immediate challenge, the bare minimum which is required for you whenever you have an eventuality at home. The bare minimum is always for you to take that plane and land back home. That is the bare minimum. Some people have lost their loved ones and they could not even travel home. So that is one side which the welfare takes responsibility. As for now, the more we grow, the more we will take bigger responsibilities. For now, as we said, we are taking baby steps in terms of the numbers, and as we grow with the number, we will be having more. Even though we still have a long way to go, and only through a joint effort we will be able to reach our fundamental goals. The welfare organization like this requires coming together as people, pulling our resources together, preparing for eventuality, not only eventualities, but also good times. We are not concentrating on the eventualities, we are only also concentrating on good times. Good times might be financially, or maybe you have a birthday, you want to invite us. It's not that we must. Sometimes it's not all about money. In this life, togetherness is our strength. You might be having that money without the people. That money will be useless. At some point, Steve Jobs was in his deathbed, and he was a billionaire. And I think many of us know what he talked about by that time. By that time, the money he had, the account he had, could not help him. He could not transfer that. You know, when you have money, you can have someone to drive you, you can have someone to cook for you. But now, when you are sick, you cannot transfer that one to anyone. That one is for you to carry. We have our bylaws, which our able team will take you through. We are in the process of reaching, as we have different opinions coming up. We have received some from our members which we are still working on. And again, there is two things which we need to understand. We have the Constitution and we have the bylaws. The Constitution is the one that was used in registration. When we made our first bylaws, at first we were basing ourselves, like we were limiting ourselves. It's like you must be the church for you to be a member, or that was our first bylaws. But when we did the registration, when we did application, the registrar general, we had to amend the bylaws. And that is where we got information and we were advised that we have the Constitution, the bigger document that runs the whole organization, and we have the bylaws that runs the day-to-day running of the organization. So our members here, our able members, will take you through the bylaws, and with that, you guys will have time to ask questions, and we will see how we can respond. Some of the issues that we are still on the discussion is about the benefit of losing a welfare member. This is something we did not discuss. At first we were only thinking, I think the people who are sitting, the initial people who are sitting in this, making this constitution or coming up with this welfare, we didn't think of ourselves. We were not selfish. We were thinking about others. Only later we realized, oh, what about ourselves? So that one is in the process of discussion. Transferring membership in case someone is not willing to continue due to non-refund welfare policy. That's also something that is under discussion, and all will come together. And another thing is that if a member loses 2 beneficiaries in 1 year, that one also is under discussion. So these 3 things we are under discussion, and we come up with a way to tackle them as a team. As we say in this association, we are working as a team, and all registered members are involved. All registered members. As a welfare, we have plans in future for transferring the bereavement risk to an insurance company. These are plans, bigger plans that we have for this welfare. And that's why what we are saying is that this welfare that we are launching today is not about problems. It's about sitting together, thinking investment, financial independence, which is very, very important. If you are not independent financially, you are like someone who is in prison. As long as you are not financially independent, you are in a prison. So sitting together as a welfare is something that Papa once said something which I always appreciate. The buildings you see, for Kenyans who are here, these buildings you see in town, these tall buildings, they did not just start from nowhere. Some people just sat down somewhere and they formed a community, and they formed a welfare, and they formed a circle, and they came together and they came up with research. We can still do that. We can still be thinking investment, and big investment, not small investment. And that is why the initial stages is to sort out ourselves, be independent financially ourselves, transfer the bereavement to an insurance company. That is a risk which, after transferring, now the remaining part of it will be investment. Plan, and as for now, this is where we are. Let me welcome Apostle Wellington Shitukani.
How is everybody? Good afternoon. I'm so happy to stand before you today. So much excited to stand into this congregation. And I'll not take much of your time, because the chairman and the officials just give me a few minutes, but I'm still waiting for Catherine to stop talking, and then we can continue. No problem, nobody's accusing you, no problem. So please allow me to just read what I had written here, just before my sister Karen starts telling me to get out of the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm truly honored to stand before you today as the patron of the Horizon Secured United Dreams Welfare Association. This grand launch is a momentous occasion, and I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Chairman, who is not able to pronounce my name properly well, the Secretary, Treasurer, and every dedicated committee member who has worked tirelessly to organize this event. Can you put hands together and just clap for them? Our welfare association is not just an organization. It is a community bound by a shared vision and commitment to supporting one another. As outlined in Section 2 of our Constitution, our objectives are clear and noble. We aim to create a source of funds for emergency situations, provide support during social functions, assist in personal projects, and contribute to the well-being of the less fortunate in our community and children's homes. Today, I would like to extend a warm invitation to those who are not yet members of our welfare to join us today. With joy, I announce that our welfare is now a legally registered entity in Kenya. It's an exciting time to be part of this community. And your membership will not only benefit you personally, but will also contribute to the greater good of our society. To our international friends from other countries who are present here today, I encourage you to become part of our welfare family. The Horizon Secured United Dreams Welfare Association transcends borders, and the support and mutual trust it offers knows no nationality. Together, we can create a positive impact that extends far beyond our immediate community. For those who have already registered, I urge you to fulfill your commitment by remitting your monthly dues. It is through these contributions that we can make a real difference in the lives of our members and those in need. So, if you haven't registered yet, don't worry. We won't send a band of musicians to play a sad tune at your doorstep. But instead, we might as well just invite you to just come and register today. I'm sure we have a lot of people here who may want to register today. And now, my dear members, let's address a matter that is as crucial as hitting the right note on a piano or a guitar. As you well know, I'm a musician. Your monthly dues is like having that one musician who is always beat behind or always singing off tune. For those people who are in the present worship team, you understand what I'm talking about. We appreciate their effort, but we need you in sync with the rest of the band. To those who haven't quite gotten around to remitting their dues, consider this your friendly reminder, or as we like to call it in music world, a gentle choir rehearsals. Imagine if the choir is singing and there is one person that keeps on going out of tune. Barbara, you must understand what I'm talking about. It will be a boring worship service. It will be like a boring worship service, right? So to avoid our welfare choir sounding like either a cat singing on a microphone. Let's get those dues in quickly. Remember, the benefits are not just about financial assistance. They are about creating harmonious community where everybody plays a part. Now, I'm not saying it's fine to be late with the dues, but let's just say people might ignore you when you are in real trouble, when you don't contribute your dues on time. In all seriousness, your contributions make a real difference. And we appreciate your commitment to the welfare's success. Thanks everyone. Let's look forward to a future full of laughs, sticking together, and the success of the Horizon Secured United Dreams Welfare Association. May God bless us all, and may He shine ahead of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Patron. I think that's easier. Yeah, may I take this opportunity to introduce the team that has been working on all whatever we are seeing here. I will start with the patron has already introduced himself. Start with him, Mr. Wellington Sichukane. Have I got it?
Who said T?
Apostle Wellington Sichukane. You'll bear with my tongue. Depends on where I come from. Okay, the chairperson, Mr. Crispin Manolo, standing here. Simpigi hata makofi. The secretary, Ms. Carol Juguna. We have her assistant, because as I call an office, let me call it as an office, not as an individual. The chairperson's office, we have Crispin Manongo and the assistant, the vice, Kelvin Mandela. The secretary's office, we have Carol Joguna and the assistant, Alice Mburu. The treasurer's office, we have Lucy Ngugi and Shadrach Kyle. Organizing secretary's office, we have Duncan Degwa and Beth Muturi. We have a department of disciplinary committee, whereby we have Sela Ayuku and Sela Ayuku, Dominic Jogu, who is not around, and there is one to be confirmed. There is one that is to be confirmed. So that one will sort out. So I just wanted for you guys to know who are the guys who have been working tirelessly in this.
We are going to have lunch and then we'll resume at this same place. For the lunch will take 45 minutes. It's a lunch buffet. So we have some people eat from here. For those who have the tables, you can just take your lunch from outside, just come and eat from here. For those who are here midway, there's some empty tables outside. Please feel free and go and eat from there. In the meantime, let's pray for the food. Lord Jesus, we thank you this afternoon. Thank you for this meeting. Before us is lunch prepared for us, my Father. We are praying that, my God, He may consist of may be beneficial to our bodies in the mighty name of Jesus. As you feed us spiritually, Jehovah God, may you feed us also, Jehovah King of glory, with physical food in the name of Jesus. May you help me, Jehovah God, to increase our strength, Jehovah God, even to serve you. We pray this believing and trusting in Jesus' name. Amen.
Like, the reason why other nationalities wanaendelea ni kwa sababu wameshikana. Sisi, in as much as we want to go far, we can go fast alone, but we cannot go far as a block. The reason why we don't get together is small differences, which wakati mwingine haitusaidii. So what I want you to learn from coming together is you look at the bigger picture of Africans or Kenyans or the whole continent at large, as opposed to looking at smaller tribes, which doesn't help anybody. When you Kikuyu, Mukamba, Muluya, that is just a mode of communication. It doesn't define you. The moment you start defining yourself, hey, Temogekoyo, hey, mimi ndio modo wa nyumba. Modo wa nyumba iliishia tu kusema wewe ni modo wa nyumba. But in essence is a mode of communication. Mtu anaweza kuwa anazungumza Kijaluo na akakusaidia.
Okay, so I'm going to take you through the Bibles as the chairman has said. I'm not going to read the Bibles by myself. There will be other people who will come and read their sections. After we complete reading the Bibles, you will be given an opportunity to ask questions. On your tables or where you're seated, there are papers and pens. So as you go through the Bibles, write down all your questions. Some of them might be answered as we read the Bibles, but write down all your questions and then we'll try and answer as much as possible after we complete reading. And if we continue as we envisioned, we will also get into investments and business operations that might be beneficial to all of us. So that's our vision. Our mission is to have a financially independent welfare association that can stand the test of time. So we are hoping that this welfare, depending on us members, can last and we shall leave a legacy that other people will continue with it. And then the objectives of the Welfare Association, as outlined in Section 2 of the Constitution, are as follows. And as you have heard me mention, I've referred to the Constitution because we were told we have two documents. The Constitution, which is the document that was used to have us registered legally, and then the bylaws, which guide our day-to-day operations. So our objectives as the welfare are, one, to create a source of funds from which members can be assisted in case of emergency situations, as referred to in our Constitution, to mobilize funds in support of members in social functions such as weddings, to mobilize funds to assist in personal projects and activities if approved by 2/3 of the welfare members at a general meeting, and to mobilize funds in support of the less fortunate in the community as well as children's homes. And then we have membership eligibility, which is which people qualify to be members of the welfare. So according to the bylaws and as referred to in section 3 of the Constitution, any person over the age of 18 years who can pay the required monthly subscription consistently shall be eligible for membership to the Welfare Association.
And in that regard, how the bylaws from clause 7 to clause 9 outline how we collect the funds, how we utilize the funds, and how we keep the records of those funds. Because as we all understand, we are registered in Kenya, and the Societies Act of Kenya requires that we maintain all the financial records to make sure that we are not in contraventions with the laws of the land. So I will go through clause 7, which outlines how we collect the funds. And clause 7 says the funds of the Welfare Association consists of the registration fee, which is non-refundable, of AED 100 from each member, and annual renewal fee, non-refundable, of AED 50 dirham. This has also been outlined in clause 4, which Carol read out clearly, which states on the eligibility of each member. The monthly subscription of AED 50, we all understand that all of us are required to remit 50 dirhams every month to ensure that the grants proceed. The other source of funds that we may have as a welfare are grants and donations, which may come from well-wishers. So those are the three main sources of funds that we have as a welfare. On to clause 8, which outlines how we as a welfare use our funds. One way in which we use our fund is to assist registered members of good standing. Please underline the word good standing in unfortunate situations such as loss of immediate family member. Family members specifically are outlined in this clause. Who are the close family members to you? And in this case, we consider legitimate spouse, biological or legally adopted parents, biological or legally adopted children, and siblings from nuclear family. That is excluding step siblings and in-laws. For the step siblings and in-laws, it has to be approved by the subcommittees. So please note that for you to benefit from the welfare, you must be in good standing. And what we mean by to be in good standing is that you have to make sure that your monthly subscription is up to date. So please make sure that your monthly subscription is up to date, so that when you encounter the situations that I have outlined in clause A, that you will benefit from the welfare. The other way that we use our fund is to support welfare association members in case of major illness of a member requiring hospitalization of 5 days or above. The other way we use our fund is to support welfare association members on time events such as wedding and as specified below. The other way we use our fund is to support charity events when called upon. As we are all aware, all organizations, the majority of the organizations do have a corporate social responsibility department, which role is to support the members and the less fortunate in the society. And then the bylaws state that from the end of the second year following the inception of the welfare association, if none of the members will have faced any unfortunate situation that is outlined above during the financial year, the members shall receive 20% of the available subscription amount and bonus. This shall be done annually, subject to availability of funds. It's also important to note, for you to become an eligible member, there will be an initial period of 6 months from the inception of the Welfare Association for the collection of the registration fees and monthly subscription fee. During this window period, no funds shall be given to any member. We have already gone through this phase whereby from the inception, the first 6 months, no member could have benefited from the welfare because we were trying to build our financial capital. And then from there, following the completion of the 6 months, any member who encounters unfortunate situations, as outlined in section 8A above, shall be eligible to receive an amount of AED 2,000 at the minimum. This might increase if membership monthly subscription increases to 100 dirhams. The next clause, following the completion of the 6 months window period, a member who has a wedding, as outlined in section 8C above, shall be eligible to receive an amount of 500 AED at a minimum. This might increase if membership monthly subscription fees increases to 100 dirhams. It's important also to note that no payment of registration fees and monthly subscriptions shall be made to any other member other than the treasurer or directly to the welfare association account. So it's important that we note that all the funds which are meant for the welfare should either be given to the treasury's office or deposited directly into the bank accounts. So we do not expect to hear stories that I gave someone money and they didn't give us to us, so we are not accountable for that money. So for your money to be accounted for, please make sure you give it to either the treasurer or you send to the bank account and forward the credit confirmation message to the department, to the Treasury Department office. In the long term, from the 5th year following the inception of the Welfare Association, the Welfare Association will open investment option subject to availability of funds. This also has been elaborately covered by Carol, as she said, as we continue growing, we will venture into other areas of operations. Clause 9 deals with the books and records. The laws of Kenya require us to make sure that we have all our records ready and ready for inspection by either the registrar's office or by any member of the welfare. And in this regard, the welfare will keep up to date and in proper manner books and records as follows: a register of members, including their names, date of registration as a member, and date of cessation of membership. So in this case, we ask those who are registered members to make sure that you have duly completed your form and submitted to the secretary. The next thing is cash book, showing the details of money received and all the money spent. Our treasurer will come and do a presentation of how we have received the money and how we have spent the money that we have received. The other document that we need to have a record of is the minute book, recording details of committee meetings and general meeting. The secretary is taking care of that. And such other books and records of the committee that we decide. Members of the welfare will be depositing their monthly contribution directly or through the treasurer with a welfare bank account and providing the payment evidence to the treasurer. This has also already also outlined that. No payment shall be made out of the bank account without the resolution of the Management Committee authorizing such payment. And all the checks on the bank account shall be signed by the chairman or the person or any other two office bearers, so current signatories, and other office bearers of the welfare who shall be appointed by the authority. So this is a control measure to make sure that our funds are not misused, and the laws require that any withdrawal from our bank account has to be approved by the committee that has been voted in by you members, which is led by our chairman, and the withdrawal again has to be authorized by the party. These are control measures to make sure that the committee do not connive and misuse the funds of the welfare. So that's my part. I wish to take this opportunity to now welcome our treasurer to do the financial report.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's after lunch and we're giving stories, and I'm here to change narrative by giving digits, numbers. We all like money, right? My name is Lucy, and I'm the treasurer. Thank you so much, Shadrach. Sorry for that. I am the treasurer, and thank you so much, Mr. Shadra, for helping present what we are doing in our office. And I'll just try to be detailed and clear as possible. So get your questions and ask after. This is when we have the Q&A session. So far we have a total members of 48, and the active members are 18. And by active member, I mean those who have paid for more than 15 months. We have total inactive members who are 30. Those are members who have not paid, who have paid less than 15 months. You all understand we had two groups. The first registration group have active of 11 members who have paid more than 15 months. Inactive are 30, those who have paid less than 15 months. And then now we have the current registration group, which we have 7 new members. The total amount cash money that we have with us is 23,950 dirhams. And in that, our expenses so far we spend 795 for registration. We had 15 dirham for transaction fees. We had 400 which we used to book this venue where we are all seated. So far we have had one welfare activity, that is Mr. Shadrach's wedding. We spent 500. And we also used name search for opening bank account, which is 35 dirhams. Total expenses being 1,745. So the adjusted cash that we have in hand after deducting the expenses is 22,205 dirhams. So in total, as I mentioned, that we have 48 members, and we all understand that we're paying 100 dirhams for registration. We have 4,800 for the registration fee, and the monthly contributions so far we have 19,150 dirhams. So I would say we are proceeding well, but not perfectly well. So I would urge all of us to be faithful to our monthly subscription so that we can be at par and we can follow the constitution or the bylaw states, what the bylaw states. So it started on October 2022. I'll be mentioning those people who have been active, inactive from October till date. So October 2022, 86% of people have been paying their monthly subscription. That means we have 36 who are active and 5 who are not active. November, 76%. Active members are 32, inactive are 9. December, we have 74%. 31 who are active, 10 who are inactive. January, 74% as well. 31 who are active, 10 are inactive. February, 71%. 30 members active, 11 inactive. March, 69% with 29 active and 12 inactive. April, 60%, 20 active, 16 inactive. May, 57%, 24 active, 17 inactive. June, 52%, 22 active, 19 inactive. July, 52% as well, 22 active, 19 inactive. August, 45%, 19 active, 22 inactive. So as you can see, the inactive members is proceeding. That means we are not doing that well. October, 50%, 21 active, 27 inactive. November, 14%, 34 inactive. December, 33%, 14 active, 34 inactive. January 2024, so far 6 people only are active, that's those who have paid, and 42 are yet to pay. And then February, 5%, 2 have paid, and 46 have not paid. From that report, you can see very well that some of us have been dragging back. Kindly, after this launching, we all have now confidence that it's a deal. So kindly, let's be paying our monthly subscription so that we can be in the same place. That's all on my side. Next, I'll hand over the microphone to the next person. God bless you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Sela, and I'll be taking you through 5 clauses of the Constitution and bylaws. Don't worry, I'll not read everything. I'll try to make it fast because it's a lot of things. So to ensure all this happens, we have a committee. The chairperson has already introduced everyone so far. And the role of the committee members is to ensure the management committee shall be responsible for the management of the Welfare Association and shall have the powers to appoint subcommittees. The management committee members shall meet at such times and places as shall be agreed for the purpose of conducting the Welfare Association's business and shall meet no less than once every month. The quorum should be at least 75% of the committee members. Any management committee member who ceases to be a welfare association member shall cease to be a committee member automatically. So for instance, if I cease to be part of the committee, I'm out. Any management committee member may be removed from office in accordance with the rules of section 6 of the bylaws. Carol had already taken you through all that. If a member of the management committee fails to attend 3 consecutive meetings without being excused therefrom, or otherwise fails to perform his or her duties, his or her position may be declared vacant, and the vacancy filled upon agreement of 3/4 of the members of the committee. I'll take you through the duties of the management committee, just a few pointers, not everything, because it's a lot. The chairperson, who is this, he shall convene and preside over all meetings of the management committee and at all general meetings, unless prevented by illness or other sufficient cause. In their absence, the vice chairperson shall assume the duty. That is Mandela. He shall sign all documents on behalf of the Welfare Association and shall be the chief spokesperson of the Welfare Association at all meetings to which the Welfare Association is required or requested to present itself. The vice chair is the vice chairperson in the performance shall assist the chairperson in the performance of his own duties and shall also perform such functions as may be assigned by him by the chair. He will act in the absence of the chairperson, and when so acting shall be vested with all the powers of the chairperson.
Yeah, it's a good question. If someone been overstayed and arrested, then deported. If you are deported, that means at the end of the day you've landed in your country. That you have not resigned from the welfare. So we'll just follow the same procedure because you've not resigned from the welfare. Yeah. You are still a member of the welfare. I think that one is clear. So you will not be treated differently. You are still a member until you resign, then we can say, but with that one, you are still a member. You can still continue and you still have benefits that any member will have. Another question, me who has not lost anyone or had an occasion and my contract has finished, I need to go back to my country. How do I benefit from it? Can I be given anything I have been recharging every time? Recharging, I'm reading it. So we applied in the Constitution that after every 2 years, if nothing has happened, we'll be giving a bonus of 20% of each and every person who has been contributing. So the bonus is there. It's not that your money is getting lost. And again, as I read my statement before, we had an option, which we are still on discussion, of transferring of membership. That one also is an option. But the 20%, that one, we will be doing it. Okay, another question. In case I need money to individual issue, borrowing money on interest, no. We are not yet there. We are not yet there. Time will come when, as I said, we are planning after some months, we will be ensuring the bereavement side. That means we'll be transferring the risk, so we'll not be having the risk. But, so from there, then we can start plans like this. Then we can have such plans. We can sit down and see which other options we can invest. Because yes, borrowing with interest is an investment. So those plans will come, but not now. If I want to withdraw, will I be paid anything? I think that one is already outlined in the Constitution. Did we get it in the Constitution?
Yes.
Yes. That one is saying, if I want to start up a business, do you mind about the location, or I can set up the business anywhere of my choice? How much can it be? Thank you for your question. That one, if I want to start up a business, that one is just talking about a loan. If you can loan someone, if you can give someone a loan to do a business, which we said we are in the process. We still not yet there, but we will be there as we grow. Because as we just say, currently we are around 48 members, but we have how many active? What is the percentage of active? 73% active. So I think we will be there soon. What if I move out of UAE and I don't want to continue with the group? I think I've answered that question. There is two options can transfer. We are in a discussion of transferring the membership, or you wait for your bonus. That one also is fine, so you can get your bonus before you go. Or even if you are there, it doesn't matter where you are. If you're a member, you're a member. Can someone pay in installment? Yes. Everyone is paying in installment, everyone. Because she just said here, we have a total number of members who are paid. Some members are still lagging behind. Those who are lagging behind, what are they doing? They are paying in installment. So that is what is happening. So that one is possible. What will be done, my job end abruptly. What happens then? Well, then will I still benefit? When your job ends abruptly. So this one I still don't understand. Is this resigning from the welfare? I am trying to link these two things. What will you need? You're still a member. No, you're still a member. Until someone resigns, then you're not a member. But as long as you are still a member, yes, some people might be a bit late on the payment, but they are still members. We still value you as a member. I think, what if I'm not Kenyan? Can I get money to my country? Yes, you can. I'm not Kenyan. You're not Kenyan? Okay. If you're not Kenyan, and that's why the welfare is here, and we are using the denomination of dirhams here. That means whenever we go, even if we'll be having an account, there is some amount of money that will be here in dirhams, just in case any one of the members loses someone and needs to be paid, it will be done. So it doesn't matter. That one we will still support you on that. I'm still waiting for questions. I'm good in that. By the way, this is my field. Yeah, there is another question here. Do all the committee members belong to policy, or are you open to outside members so as not to be biased? Yes, very important question. This is the name of the welfare. The name of the welfare is not Holy Seed. The name of the welfare is Horizon Secured United Dreams Association. Yes, the foundation of the welfare was started in Holy Seed Church. We always respect that. But membership or committee member is not that must be in Holy Seed Church. No. Anyone who feels, who the members feel can fit in, is eligible. I think that is clear. So the committee is not based, like now the committee is based in policy. We might be, most of the committee members are members of the Holy Seed Church because that is where it started. But the committee is open to anyone who, because let me tell you guys, this is a calling. Leading even now in the welfare is not something that you can just do it. It's a calling which I always believe it's a talent. So I think I've answered that question.
Just because I had the name Holy Seed, so I thought maybe I should just come and make some clarification. The reason why we are having this event in this hotel is because we wanted it to portray this is a totally different entity, and that's why you see somebody like Juma is here. He did not come to church; he came for the welfare launch. That's where we had it here. We have a big hall there actually, but we couldn't hold it there because we didn't want it to look like it is an entity that belongs to the church. And so this thing is handled professionally by people who have been selected carefully, and I believe if given some time they are going to perform well. But if you are not in Holy Seed Church, it does not necessarily mean that you cannot participate in the running of the welfare if you have been selected by the team who are there. If they see you deemed to be legible, means you can do it well. I don't see if there is any problem. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to imagine if today Juma Abu wants to join the team. He is not joining Holy Seed.
He's a Muslim.
I know. He's a Muslim. But he's here because he came to this event because this is not a church. This is a welfare association. That's why he's here. So this is, don't confuse this one from church. Church is different. We did our church in the morning, we finished. We are here now because of event. And that's why you see I'm quiet, because I know this is not church. I leave the chairman to do his job. God bless you.
Thank you so much. I think that one is clearly understood. Two, one, let's go. Thank you, gentlemen. Starting with the